Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to talk about Riddick Bowe, Big Daddy. Before that, subscribe the channel, give your comments, like and share the video, okay? I'm going to talk about a famous professional boxer, Riddick Bowe. He was known as Big Daddy. Well, if you saw my other videos when I was talking about a lot of different professional boxers careers, all professional boxers had a nickname, if you want. For example, you have Muhammad Ali, the greatest, Joe Frazier, Smoking Joe, George Foreman, Big George. You have Iron Mike Tyson, Captain Hook, Roy Jones Jr., the Gypsy King, Tyson Fury, now AJ, Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder, the Bronze Bomber. So you have always a nickname for a professional boxer. In this case, Riddick Bowe, Big Daddy. So Riddick Bowe started as an amateur, of course, and in the Olympic Games in Seoul, 1988, he won the silver medal. So he lost the final to Lennox Lewis, the Lion. So, silver medal in the Olympic Games of Seoul, 1988. 1 year later, in 1989, he started as a professional boxer. He started winning, and 3 years later, in 1992, World Heavyweight Champion. Yes, he won the World Heavyweight Championship in 1992 of 3 world federations, world boxing federations. I'm talking about the WBA, the World Boxing Association, the WBC, World Boxing Council, and the IBF, International Boxing Federation. So, an unified world champion, Riddick Bowe, Big Daddy. He won the titles defeating Evander Holyfield, the real deal. And it was a victory by unanimous decision of the judges. But in the same year, happened, a strange thing. Why? Because Riddick Bowe dropped the belt, in a basket, in the garbage. So it was, it isn't a common thing, that's for sure. But the reason was because the number one contender for the title, the mandatory challenger of one of the 3 federations, was Lennox Lewis. And Riddick Bowe didn't want to fight Lennox Lewis. Lennox Lewis defeated Riddick Bowe in the Olympic Games final in 1988. And, Riddick Bowe didn't want to fight Lennox Lewis. And, he dropped the belt, the garbage. And, of course, the federation, I don't remember if it was the IBF or the WBC, I don't remember that. But that federation, of course, stripped the title, stripped Riddick Bowe of the title. And, of course, he ordered the title to Lennox Lewis. So, Lennox Lewis became the World Heavyweight Champion in a very different way, because the title was ordered. But of course, he was the number one contender, he was the mandatory challenger, so it's fair, it was fair. But Riddick Bowe, well, he was still the heavyweight champion of the world of the other federations. And 1 year later, in 1993, another fight between Riddick Bowe and Evander Holyfield. And this time, Evander Holyfield won by decision, and Evander Holyfield defeated Riddick Bowe this time. So it was a short reign. It was a short reign for Big Daddy. And well, in 1994, so 1 year later, another fight for Riddick Bowe against Buster Mattis Jr. The result was a no contest. It was no contest. And 1995, well, the trilogy between Riddick Bowe and Evander Holyfield. So another fight. Well, and Riddick Bowe defeated Evander Holyfield by TKO, technical knockout. So the result of the trilogy was Riddick Bowe 2, Evander Holyfield 1. In the same year, so 1995, Riddick Bowe became World Heavyweight Champion one more time. So, second time in his career, World Heavyweight Champion he defeated Herbie Hyde for the WBO title. So, the World Boxing Organization title. This way, Riddick Bowe made history. Why? Because he was the first professional boxer in the heavyweight division to win the four major World Federations titles: IBF, WBA, WBO, WBC, and WBO. Of course, the WBO, well, is younger than the other three, because it was founded in 1988 and he had titles since 1989. So it's a young federation if you compare with the other three. And of course, the older professional boxers at their time, there weren't so many federations. That's a fact. But that's history. So Riddick Bowe, the first professional boxer in the heavyweight division to win the four major world titles of the world boxing federations. Well, 1996. So, two fights of Riddick Bowe against the same professional boxer, Andrew Golota, a Polish boxer. And well, there were low blows from the Polish boxer, Golota, and Riddick Bowe won by DQ, by disqualification. Well, this is not very common because, well, you heard, because I talk in another video about the fight between Mike Tyson and Evander Holyfield in 1997, when Mike Tyson bite the ear of the real deal, and of course it was a victory to Holyfield by disqualification, okay, by DQ. Well, but it happened once. In this case, it was twice in the same year with the same opponent. And well, it were two victories by DQ to Big Daddy. In the same year, retired. Okay, Riddick Bowe retired the same year, 1996, but in 2004, he came back for another professional boxing fight. And he came back to 2004, 2005, and 2008. So his last professional boxing fight, it was in 2008. Well, he defeated Gene Pulko by unanimous decision. And it was his professional boxing career. Started 1989, ended in 2008, but there were 8 years without a fight. Well, statistics, almost perfect. Statistics, almost perfect. 45 fights, 43 victories, with 33 by knockout, 1 no contest, and only 1 defeat against Holyfield. Well, conclusion. Riddick Bowe, professional boxer, world heavyweight champion twice, first professional boxer to win the 4 major world titles in history, the first one, and he won the trilogy against Evander Holyfield, 2 victories to 1. And I can tell you that in 2015, so 6 years ago, he was inducted in the Boxing Hall of Fame. So he's a Hall of Famer, like Mike Tyson, like Muhammad Ali, and like many others that I told in other videos. Well, and that's it. This is all for today, and see you next time.